so excited to film this video today. I've been so excited to film this video all week, actually, because I finally got my shipment of the holiday Nespresso pods, and I did indeed buy all of them to taste test with y'all over the next couple of weeks. Today, we're going to be doing the Vertuo line, and I'll be honest with you, one, I didn't even know that they released a Vertuo line or original line holiday pods until TJ sent me an Instagram link from the Nespresso Instagram page announcing the launch, and I was like, I can't believe I haven't even filmed a video or bought them yet. So I did buy them. They got shipped this week, and now we're going to film at least a taste test video on the Vertuo ones today. I also don't know anything about the flavor profiles other than the fact that they have some kind of weird flavors. I've been trying not to watch any reviews online or talk to too many people about it because I just want to be swept away. I want to be stunned today when I'm actually doing the raw taste test. So I say we get into it, starting with, again, the Vertuo line today. Okay, so the first one we have here is the Almond Croissant flavor. It's a super, super cute kind of pod here. They always come out with the most slay designs during the holidays. I'm obsessed. Someone needs to pay the Nespresso marketing a little bit more money, okay? I got you, girl. So super, super cute design. And then this year they come out with little trains on all the boxes. So again, this is the Almond Croissant flavor, nice little cute gold and kind of peachy tan design for the train. It's supposed to be inspired by something called a Belmont journey. So I'm going to put a little synopsis, if not on the video itself, in the description below so we all know a little bit more about that because I don't know. Again, in collaboration with Jean Imbert, or Jean Imbert, again, so bad at pronunciation, please don't at me. But it's supposed to taste like an almond croissant, fingers crossed. I'm hoping it tastes like that because that sounds really, really yummy this morning. But more specifically, it's supposed to be a blend of Latin American and African Arabicas, and it's supposed to have that almond and buttery pastry note. They also say to enjoy it as a reverso. So apparently, I guess we would warm up some milk and we would brew the pod directly on top of it. I am interested to see how it tastes alone. So per our typical, I'm probably going to taste this alone first and then add it to some warm milk after right on top. And it's supposed to be an 8-ounce pod, as we see here. So I say we get into it. Y'all, this smells exactly like that almond smell that we had with the Sunny Almond Vanilla. Honestly, tag yourself. Let me know if you guys think the same way if you've tried it. But it smells exactly like that. I mean, I'm assuming that there's only so many ways that you can smell almonds.
What?
I don't know. But truthfully, it smells like that. And just now, as it's developing, I do smell a little bit of a buttery smell at the end. That's kind of cool. Okay. I'm impressed. Okay, let's give it a taste. Wow, that's actually really pleasant. It's very light. I am not getting a whole lot of acidity or bitterness. It's very easy to drink just like this, honestly. And it's very smooth and rich, much like something that would be really, really buttery, like a buttery croissant or something. I really like it. Wow. I think that this would go really, really well with some milk. And right now, just as is, I'm going to rate it 8.5 out of 10. I'm assuming the milk is even going to make it better, is my hope. But I think this is good. And that says a lot because I'm often very disappointed with flavored coffees. Do I get a lot of the almond flavor? No, but I do get that buttery richness in the aftertaste that it definitely does make it seem like I'm kind of eating a buttery pastry, which is really, really nice. So let's try it in a reverso with some milk. Okay, guys, we have our little reverso moment here. I'm so excited to try it. It looks so yummy. Okay, so I warmed up some whole milk, and that could be kind of the reason, it kind of smells a little nutty now, and it still smells really rich and buttery. So let's give it a taste. It doesn't really smell like almond and stuff anymore. It was a very strong almond flavor before I added milk and stuff like that, so let's see. Y'all, I'm kind of obsessed with this pod. Why? I usually don't really like the 8-ounce holiday pods. I'll be completely upfront and honest with you, but this could turn me. I'm obsessed with it. I think that adding the milk made it so much more rich and buttery. Wow. And I can still taste a little bit of that almond in there. So I actually really like this. In fact, I think I'm bumping my rating up to a 9 out of 10. I think this is going to be a nice little holiday staple for me. I'm going to get TJ to try it too. Y'all, I love when things are off to a good start. I have so much promise for this line already. I'm so excited to try the rest of them. So, speaking of which, I say we switch gears to the Unforgettable Double Espresso. Again, Double Espresso one for the holiday season and the Vertuo line this year. Very similar design, the train design, and very similar design for the pod as well, except everything is like dark blue and gold. And then this one is supposed to be an 8 out of 12 intensity. I've been really feeling like the lower intensity pods lately, and if you guys have been around long enough, you know, like my taste always changes like every few months in terms of like what I'm feeling. So right now I've been like a straight up latte gal, which is why I'm excited to try this today. But also I've been really in the mood for like a sweeter low intensity pods and blonde roasted pods. So this one's gonna be a nice switch up, I think, and it's supposed to have toasted cereal notes, so that's nice. And then it's supposed to be an aromatic blend that includes Peruvian and Costa Rican Arabicas that are emboldened by Robusta beans. I didn't even read that until just now. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be a lot. But I just feel like Robusta's so bitter, but I think that'll be a nice like switch up. So along with the toasted cereal notes, it says that it's supposed to have woody notes that emerge at the first sip, and it's supposed to be savored black. So apparently according to the box. So oh, I don't know. This actually, I don't know about this one now, guys. It does say you can try it as a delectable double espresso cappuccino. So I guess we'll try it both ways. I'm gonna try it by itself regardless and give you guys that. And then we'll see if we want a cappuccino. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this tastes. Let's brew it. Okay, so it does smell very intense and woody, but it actually doesn't smell too bad. So let's give it a try. Yeah, I am getting that Robusta and that like tinge of bitterness in the very beginning, and I do think that they're correct in that it's like woody, earthy. It's not a bad intensity though. Like as I'm tasting it, I don't think it's like so unbearable that I can't drink it black like this. It definitely is something that like as I'm tasting right now by itself, very much like gonna wake you up in the morning, but it's not like a complete punch in the face, if that makes sense. Like some espresso shots that I've tried that are like very intense, have a lot of Robustas, or like woof, like they're a lot. But this one I think is actually pretty bearable. Do I think it screams holiday? Do I think it's very different from some of the other things that Nespresso has released in the past? No. So for that reason, I'm gonna rate it a 7.5 out of 10. Like I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's like screaming, giving holiday, giving like this is like completely new and innovative and I have to have it, like sort of thing. Like some of these other flavors, I'm like, wow, like that's actually pretty cool for the holiday. But this one, it's like very much a staple. Like I could probably have this all year round is what I mean. And I think it's like a nice balance between intensity, woodiness, as well as like not being too intense and bitter. So it's good. I think it would be really nice in like shaken espressos and stuff. So if you did want to go out and buy it, I don't think it would be like a bad purchase necessarily. It just doesn't really like scream holiday to me. But I am really excited to try it in a cappuccino form, so let's try it like that. Okay, we have our little cappuccino moment here. Let's give it a try. I do think it's a little bit more rich now that we've added the whole milk, and definitely a lot less intense. I still get a little bit of that tinge of like the bitterness of Robusta, but generally speaking, I think it's a really good like cappuccino or latte just as it is. Yeah. Honestly, again, I have no qualms with it. Like, I don't think it's a bad pod. Would I go out of my way to buy this specific pod again? No. Like, if it was a double espresso that was available all year round, I might add it to my repertoire, but I don't think it's something that like you absolutely need to buy and have. So take that as you will, but I'm excited to try this last pod. Okay, so this last Vertuo pod that we're going to be trying is another 8 ounce, but it's the peanut and roasted sesame flavor. Y'all, what a concept. I don't even know what this would actually like taste like. I'll be honest with you. It's like a nice like coral orange color, again, with that gold accent for the train and on the pod. But it's just, I don't even know what to expect for this. I'm like, I don't think I've ever tasted anything like this, so I'm excited to. Again, 8 ounce pod. It's supposed to be a blend of like Latin American and African Arabicas again. It says this coffee concocts notes of toasted sesame, popcorn, and mixed nuts. making this an unmissable coffee this festive season. Enjoy this again as a reverso and let the journey of taste roll in with blonde caramel notes. Wow. Okay. So this would probably go really good with my kettle corn syrup. I'm excited for this. Okay. Let's give it a try. I'm excited for this. Okay, somebody has to tell me why this literally smells like a less spicy version of a pad thai dinner. Like, this is actually my takeout. It's giving takeout. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. That's actually really cool. Okay, let's give it a try. Why is this actually like a slant to serve? Y'all, this actually tastes like toasted sesame. It's giving peanuts. This is crazy. I don't even know what to make of this, but it's very light. Again, very much like the almond croissant flavor, where it's not like super like bitter, super acidic, very, very mild, and kind of low intensity, I would imagine. But it's also like, it has a nice body to it. Like, it's nice and like bold, but also has like that peanut flavor, and that roast, like toasted sesame. Like, it tastes like I put some of that toasted black sesame syrup from Tirani that I used to have in this. It's actually really good. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't really care for like peanuts and sesame and stuff like that, this is probably not going to be the pod for you. But I do like that like intriguing flavor. Do I think that like this would, I don't know if this would be like an everyday pod for me, but I do find it very, very interesting. And I love when Nespresso does that. Wow. Okay. Honestly, I don't really know where to rate this. Like, I'm trying to be objective as possible, and say that I understand that maybe there's some people that probably won't like this, and there's some people that probably really will, depending on what flavor profiles you like. But I will say, I don't think that the peanut flavor or the toasted sesame flavor is so overbearing to the point it's like it's all you taste. I definitely do taste some earthiness, as well as that like richness of the peanuts and that nuttiness of the toasted sesame. So I think it's a really nice blend, and I have to give them props for that. So I think I'm also going to rate this a 9 out of 10, just because I enjoy like what they did with the pod. And I think other people, even if you don't really like the flavor profiles, can appreciate like how much it actually kind of tastes like it. I often feel like some of the flavored coffees from Nespresso like fall flat sometimes, just with all the processing and stuff like that. But I do think this is actually pretty good, and I am impressed with it. But I think we should try it as a reverso. Okay. She's stunning. She's Gorgina. Let's give her a try. So off the bat, the smell is, again, very, very nutty, and even more so now with the milk added. I will say that they did mention that it's supposed to be kind of like a caramel note, so let's see if it actually tastes like that with the milk added. Honestly, this is still really, really good. I am debating, like, really, I liked it plain as well. I thought that you could get a little bit more of that peanut flavor. I get a lot of sesame flavor now. I get those nutty, toasty notes of the sesame. And I don't think I get too much caramel. Like, I would argue that the pod in the very beginning, the almond croissant one, was actually a little bit more sweet and caramelly than this one. But that's like more relative, I guess. This on its own, like, I can see a little bit of that sweetness, but I get a whole lot of richness, a whole lot of buttery, toasty flavors, which I think is really, really nice for a holiday season. So I can see why they decided to come up with this line. And truthfully, I think that this line goes really, really well together. And I find it very funny in comparison to like the raspberry and all that other stuff that they used to like come out with in previous years for the holiday. I think that this is such like a 360 in terms of like less sweet fruity and more like nutty caramelly toasty, which I really like. And I think this would go really well in like a praline coffee, or even with that kettle corn, or with like, I have this like salted honey butter syrup now that I think would go really well with this. And I'm really excited to like do a review of the syrups that I have right now for the holidays. So we'll do that in the next couple of weeks. But I think this is really good. I think I'm going to keep my rating at a 9 out of 10. Do I think that, again, the flavor profile and everything is actually really cool? Yes. Do I think this is going to appeal to everyone? Probably not. But I have to give it a higher rating just because I'm pretty impressed with it, even though this wouldn't be like my first go at like, oh, I need to have this pod sort of thing at the Nespresso store or something. So overall, I think it's good and I'm very impressed. Y'all, I'm still so left speechless over these pods. Like, I'm actually really impressed with them because I don't really go into the holiday Vertuo line taste test with like a whole lot of expectations because, again, often the flavored coffees just tend to fall flat. And I don't think it's necessarily like the fault of Nespresso. I think that's just what happens with a lot of flavored coffees. But I do think they did a really good job this year. And I think you should at least go out and buy the 2 8-ounce pods just to have for like a nice little holiday treat, okay? And I'm really, really excited to go and try the original line pods with y'all in the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, please let me know if you have any ideas for any of these pods in terms of recipes. And I would love to hear a little bit more about what y'all think if you have tried them already. But it was so nice to share like this taste test and stuff with you guys. Thank you again for your patience and me uploading a video. I know it's been a while. School has been so much, but I appreciate your patience and all of your love. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye, guys.